Got little green ghosts stealing all your Halloween candy? Got little demons with giant scissors invading your home? Masked monsters, knife wielding psychos, or even monsters in your nightmares? Who are you gonna get to come out today? Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! Happy Halloween, viewers! This is Sparkster1701, and we're taking a look at the special edition Transformer that was released this year. We're taking a look at Ectotron. Ectotron was released here in 2019. He's an exclusive to GameStop's website, as I never did see him in the toy stores at the time of this viewing. And he was done as a commemorative item, coinciding also as well with not only the 35th anniversary of the Transformers toy line, but the 35th anniversary of the release of the original movie Ghostbusters. And while both franchises have certainly had their ups and downs in recent years, this is a definite nice contribution that many fans have been waiting for a long time. There has been a fair amount of fan art done online to depict the possibility of the Ecto-1 being a Transformer, and now Hasbro has made it official. Of course, throughout the summer, for those who might have been interested in comic books, the IDW, the current license owner of the Transformers comic, did a crossover where the Transformers and the Ghostbusters teamed up. And of course, the mission also introduced us to Ectotron. And of course, as an added bonus, we also got Slimer, or the Green Ghost, whichever of the media you prefer, the live-action movies, or the late 1980s cartoon series, The Real Ghostbusters. Alright, let's set him aside, and let's take a look here at Ectotron. As you can see, he does pay a fair amount of good homage to his source material, as the areas that usually aren't presented in white on him are done up in a tannish color that's very similar to the Ghostbusters jumpsuits that they wear. And of course, even there on the left side of his chest, he does have a patch that bears the name Ectotron. So it's a nice little detail. And of course, on his head, he does have the Ecto goggles. They look like they're made to flip up, but I haven't been able to work mine loose. So we're just going to leave him at that. And of course, as he's a Ghostbuster, he wouldn't be complete without his proton pack mounted on his backside. So with pack and Neutrona Blaster, he is all set and ready to go out into the world and hunt ghosts. So, let's take a look and get ready to transform him. Of course, before we transform him, we should show off the articulation, but of course, to make it easier, we're going to remove his proton pack, so it kind of gets it out of the way here. And we'll take a look at Ectotron's articulation, and he's got quite a lot for a modern Transformer. We can turn his head from side to side, and he can look up and down. His head's on a loose joint, not entirely a ball joint. He can raise his arms up about so far. And he can rotate at the shoulder, but the back panels for his car get in the way. He does have a joint at the elbow, so you can raise his arm at the elbow about 90 degrees. And thought he had a swivel at the bicep. He apparently does not have that. Nope, he does. There it goes. He does have a swivel at the bicep. So he does have G.I. Joe's swivel arm battle grip. His legs can be spread apart to do a full splits. He can also raise his legs up at the hip about 90 degrees, and he can bend at the knee about 90 degrees. So Ectotron here does have quite a range of motion for a Transformer, and that's always a good thing. Now, to transform Ectotron, we'll start by we take his chest panel here, and we're going to lower it so that we can put his head inside. And then we fold the panel up like so. Now here at his shoulders, we're going to swivel out the ends where the car is and gently press them downward and try to reconnect them with the rest of the shoulder. This is always a bit of a challenge due to the way it's designed. It's not perfect, but I do still like it. Alright, now that we've done that, we take his arms. You're going to fold his hands inside his arms. And then we fold the arms up and connect them inside like so. Then we're going to rotate them so that the tires are facing you now. And then we fold them up on top of his head and secure them together to form the front end of the car. And of course, now we're going to take a look at his legs. This white portion here at the back, you're going to fold in like so. And then we're going to, I want us to connect his legs up, then raise these panels up here next to the back wheels. And then we're going to fold his legs up and in like so. Connect things up here, top side. There we go, got the one, got the other. And then you fold the panels in like so. Then you're going to come down here and you fold up his feet like so. And then you're going to lower these side panels down and snap them into place. Now we've done that part, we got to transform his weapon. Of course, we'll take a look at it here real quick. The blaster end itself is detachable. So we'll set that aside. Of course, we also got this little rubber ladder unit here. And then you have the entire rest of the proton pack itself. You're going to raise the pack up like so. I'm going to remove the gold antenna from the back. And then we just fold it on down and around until it locks into place. As you see, it brings this portion up here. Then you're going to take this red spot here on the side, and then you fold it up. And we're going to rotate this blue hose here to the side as we get ready and insert this into the hole on the back, on the top of the car. You just got to keep it from moving on you while you do so. There we go. And we just connect the gold piece to this hole here on the front of the car. The blue piece we kind of swing around to the sides because we want to connect the bars in onto the sides of the car. Doo-doo-dee-doo. In you go, just exactly like that. This ladder piece here should connect here onto the side of the vehicle. And then just stretches up to secure onto the equipment. Hold everything in place. Then lastly, the blaster connects here on the side. Excuse me, somebody's calling. Hopefully it's not the Ghostbusters. And at any rate, here he is in the alternate mode. A 1959 Cadillac, aka the Ecto-One. And in all, it's a very nice representation of the car. I mean, of course, there's going to be some that are going to complain about all the seams that are in it for the transformation. But if you can overlook that, it's not a bad representation of this classic vehicle. As a child, I had the version that was made for the real Ghostbusters toy line, and it was pretty wild as well. This is a pretty nice representation. And wait a minute, I got something we can sit next to it to compare. Okay, well, it's not the best thing to compare it along with side by side. I do have here a model kit released of the vehicle. Of course, mine's done up to represent the car from the second movie. More so, but by looking at them there side by side, you can definitely see a fair amount of the similarities between the two, despite the added upgrades and such to my model kit. And you can see it's a pretty decent representation of the vehicle. Of course, granted, Ectotron here is a little bit smaller, but all in all, it does come off as a pretty decent representation of the famed vehicle. So, good job, Hasbro. Of course, this wouldn't be one of my reviews if I didn't show some things off to you. Like, we got the instructions right here. It's nice the Transformer logo was done up how it was in the 1980s. And of course, we got the nice special symbol here done up to commemorate their anniversaries together. Shows off here, Ectotron, Ecto-One. Who you gonna call? Who's gonna drive? Well, if you got a Transformer as your vehicle of choice, that would probably be for the best Let It drive. Of course, here in the beginning of the instructions, we have some added stuff. Gives his function as paranormal investigator. His mission, transport Ghostbusters to paranormal hotspots. Bust some ghosts. Status, ain't afraid of no ghosts. That's cute. It's cute homage to its source material. Location, New York City. Tech, Proton Pack. Disguise, 1959 Cadillac. Nice. It's these touches like this that help sell the figure. And of course, we got the instructions here that shows you how to go through and transform the toy. And then, of course, on the back side would be how to transform the overhead equipment into his proton pack. It even shows how he can store the wand on the back. And, of course, we got all the legal stuff, including the trademarks from General Motors. So, pretty neat stuff. But probably the most fun part is also having the box. Get the car out of the way here, and we'll take a look here at the box. Now, the box is done up in the style of the Generation 1 toys. At the time this would have been coming out. with the addition of some slime here added to the sides and a little bit up here up top on the Transformer logo. Of course, top side shows the different steps, some different abridged steps to transforming him, just like the old toys did. And of course, the sides feature the robot in action and the vehicle mode, just like it does down here at the bottom. And it's down here, has all the legal stuff, and includes figure, Slimer figure, 2 accessories, and instructions. And of course, yes, on the back side, we have the mural from 1984, a somewhat revised bio up here at the top. This goes, "It is a world of constant change, where things are not what they seem. It is the world of the Transformers, a world of heroic Autobots and evil Decepticons." The constant change is the change to it, as it didn't have that. And of course, we got the 35th anniversary here for the Transformers, 1984 to 2019. 35 years, folks. We still rock. And then, of course, we have a tech spec bio, done up somewhat similarly to how the old ones were. But of course, this is abridged a bit since they've got it printed in 4 languages. It's done up in red to show that he's an Autobot, even says Autobot, and it's got a nice picture of him here that does appear to match the one on the front of the box. It gives his name as Ectotron. His function is Paranormal Investigator. His motto is, "When life splatters you with marshmallow goo, just go with it." When the Ghostbusters need a ride to the next paranormal hotspot, it's nice to have one who can also handle a proton pack. Very, very cute. And then here we have his vital statistics. It gives his strength as 8, his intelligence is 7, his speed is also 7, his firepower is 6, his ghost trapping skills is a 10, and his skills as a Ghostbuster are 7. So, all in all, Ectotron here is pretty good at what he does. But we get down here to my thoughts. What do I think of Ectotron? Ectotron is a nice toy. I will give it that. It is a nice toy. It's probably going to be a little complicated for many youngsters, but it is recommended for children who are 8 years old or older. The downside to that is going to be the expense. Ectotron did run on GameStop's website for $50. So, if you can't get him there, you're obviously going to go elsewhere, and elsewhere is going to ask for more money. Is Ectotron worth more than $50? I would say no. He's a collectible item that's intended to celebrate the anniversary of 2 franchises who happen to start in the same year. Now, naturally, if you're a fan of Ghostbusters, this is something unique you might want to have in your collection. If you're also a fan of Transformers and you also grew up either seeing the original movie or watching the cartoon, you might want this in your collection as well. A nice homage to childhood memories and the thoughts of a simpler time in our lives, where all we needed was a handful of plastic figures and an imagination, and we could do whatever we wanted. But for most people, no. I don't see a lot really going after him as much, especially since I'm probably one of the last people to review this toy. I know that there have been several out there already that have reviewed Ectotron. I personally haven't watched any of their reviews. That's just me, folks. Nothing against any of the other Transformer reviewers or any other toy reviewers in general. I wanted to save it for a special occasion, especially since I was kind of late getting this figure. But I did get him shortly after he did come out. I broke down and bought it. I could have had him earlier, but they were asking $75 for him at Robocon, and I really didn't feel like dropping $75 on him, and in a lot of ways I'm glad I didn't drop $75 on him, because he's not worth $75. Not by a long shot, folks. But it is still an interesting toy. It's a fun toy. Certainly harkens back to younger days, and it does pay a nice homage to its source material. So, I would say it's definitely an interesting one for your collection. I'm going to put him in the middle tier, though, folks, because I do have some problems with connecting the proton pack onto it, especially when I'm putting it back on onto the car mode. And I think we would have liked a little bit of paint detail here on Slimer to at least see the eye, at least do something to show off the eyes, make it look a little more expressive if it had some paint apps on there. Otherwise, it just looks like a blob of translucent green plastic. So that could have been better, little paint app would have been nice, or just eliminating it entirely would have probably been the best. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, that's my review of the Ghostbuster Ectotron. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you like this video, drop me a thumbs up on YouTube. New to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below to join up in our ranks. Also, please ring the notification bell. Hopefully it's fixed by now, and YouTube will let you know when I've posted new content. If not, check out my homepage on YouTube to find out if I have posted new content. And also share your thoughts about Ectotron or the Ghostbusters in general in the comments down below. This is Sparkster1701 saying Happy Halloween, viewers, and I'll catch you all later.